Jesus Christ. Who's ForeverDev? Is that you, David?
Yeah,
You have a freaking domino crown?
I do.
So Gavin gets an Audi R8 and you get a domino crown.
Listen, we don't talk
David
about
David cares about some different things than me, apparently. My username is Aspernator, and I work on Big Paintball primarily for big games. I've been doing it for like the past year or so. I've made another game called Build and Survive, which was like a year ago. That's kind of where I'm at right now, and my like primary focus right now is just Big Paintball.
All right. You kept it short, and most people talk for like 20 minutes about the intro. So, all right, David, your turn.
Yeah, my Roblox username is ForeverDev. My name is David. I joined Roblox way back in 2008, actually. So it's been 12 years now. So my friend introduced it to me when I was in 3rd grade, and I showed him this game called RuneScape, which some of you may have heard of, and he showed me Roblox. So we started playing it together. After about a year, started to get interested in like how games are created. So I started looking into coding. I work on my restaurant along with Preston for big games, and I write all the code. I don't really do much of the modeling or art behind it. I just kind of write the code. That's my thing that I'm really interested in. But recently I started working on my restaurant. That was back in, I believe that project started last winter now, and then it came out on June 26th.
This is an audience question from Mr. Scoops. We'll start with Gavin with this one, but what really got you guys interested in game development, and what is kind of like the motivating factor that keeps you going? Because I know, Gavin, you literally like last week bought an Audi, is a 2020 Audi R8, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what keeps you motivated, and what got you interested in game development in the first place?
I don't know. I kind of grew up playing Roblox, so seeing like all these games being popular and stuff is like kind of motivating as well, and like seeing people succeed. You know, cars are also a motivational thing, but they're also just, you know, cars. I think the one thing that kind of keeps me going is just seeing fans and, you know, how they like my games and what people have to say and stuff like that. I know a lot of people on this platform are just, you know, kind of focused on money and stuff like that, so it's nice to see people who are like genuinely interested in, you know, their fan base and how their game plays and stuff like that.
This video is sponsored by Core. Core is like having an entire game studio in your own hands. It gives you the power of Unreal Engine, lets you access hundreds of free, high-quality music, sound, and art assets. They're an extremely accessible platform for new creators who don't know how to code or make 3D assets. And at the same time, their opt-in complexity allows for technical coders and artists to make their own scripts and 3D models. Core is a platform where creators can build and publish for players around the world. You can choose to build games from scratch or remix and reimagine content shared by other creators. So if you're a game developer looking to expand your skill set arsenal, Core is the place for you. Support Roblox by clicking the link in the description and check out Core today. And this is actually like something I'm wondering personally. It's not on my list of questions, but how are like, I guess, projects divided between you guys? Like, who decides who works on what? Because I know Gavin's working on this, and then you're working on my restaurant, but it's all under big games.
Right.
What is like the structure of big games? What does it look like behind the scenes? And I guess a follow-up to that would be, what's like the day-to-day life look like for you guys?
Gavin and I don't cross over at all, so we work on our separate games for big games, but we don't work on the same games. So as Gavin said earlier, he has done Build and Survive and Big Paintball, and I've done Giant Survival in my restaurant. I'll let Gavin talk more about his role, because I think it might be a little bit different than mine. I just write all the code, and then Preston he does the UI design, he deals with the artists and getting all the models. He handled translation for my restaurant, all the social media. He does like the creative side. We have a big Trello where we put all the ideas for the game. We kind of agree on how we want the updates to go. Like, for example, the market update was something he brought up, and I jumped at that. I wanted to do the market update so bad. So the ideas just kind of come naturally. We don't have it planned out months ahead. We kind of do it on a week-to-week basis, would you say?
Mhm.
We try to do Saturday updates, and then early in the week we'll say, hey, what do we want to achieve this week? And then kind of try to I'll try to knock out all the code. Preston knocks out all his creative side, and then we try to get that out for Saturday.
Is Gavin still here? He's gone.
Yeah. Also, just to like throw in like the whole like how we decide like what game we're making and everything like that. Honestly, it's really like kind of spontaneous. Like sometimes Preston, I was at a point where we're just like, we should just make a paintball game, and Preston wrote up a whole idea doc, and then we kind of just spent like 7 months working on it. So it's really just spontaneous, and honestly, I think that's like the joy in Roblox, where you can kind of just start things up without having to plan it in advance.
Dude, after this round ends, we'll probably hop into my restaurant so we don't have to fill the entire video with me dying. Who's ForeverDev? Is that you, David?
Yeah,
You have a freaking domino crown?
I do.
So Gavin gets an Audi R8 and you get a domino crown.
Listen, we don't talk
David
about these
David cares
things.
about some different things than me, apparently.
Hey, it's not an R8 scale. Come on.
I mean, it's up there.
I snagged it for a good deal.
David bought a car of DevX. I mean, he never really showed it off.
I did. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't
Lambo?
post it anywhere. No, it's much lower tier.
He
I
bought a
didn't-
Bugatti.
Honda CRV
Right.
or something.
It's an Audi A5 Sportback.
I don't know anything about Audis. Is that good?
It's like cheaper.
It's not an
Well, of
R8.
course it's
Nowhere
cheaper
near-
than
it's-
R8.
No. I mean like cheaper on like their like their vehicles. It's one of their cheapest.
That sounds like
it's no
making fun of him.
A304.
No, okay, I'm not making fun of him, but it was kind of like a joke, or like why he got like an Audi A5. Like he could have gotten so much better car.
I mean,
Yeah, but it's I don't know. It's not really a priority for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
David doesn't care about that stuff. He was what
And
were
I
you driving
live in-
before? He was
Driving
your parents'
a car my parents had.
Yeah, exactly. So anything's an upgrade for him.
dude, this 3 minutes is going by slow. You want to hop into my restaurant now?
Yeah,
Okay, let's do
Yeah.
that.
man, sleeping in was not the move.
I went to bed at 5 a.m.
Dude, that's not even. You went to
I
bed
went to-
today. Jesus.
I went to bed
I-
at 9 a.m.
I kept. It was a struggle. I laid in bed for a good 3 hours and couldn't sleep. Wait, Gavin, do you see 9 a.m.?
Yeah.
You're insane.
How do you fall into that like sleep schedule? Is it just like you get into like the flow of game development and then it's just like
It's like a
It's-
bad
the sun's coming
habit.
up?
It's
So
permanently rotating.
so I personally do it because I don't know, sometimes things in the day are just too distracting for me, so I can kind of get everything done in like the night because everyone's asleep.
So being, I guess, a quote unquote full-time developer, does that bring up like not discipline problems, but does that like kind of screw things up for your, I guess, day-to-day life? I don't know where I'm going with that, but like, because like obviously
you
like
wanna
a
answer?
lot of developers I've talked with, they're up till 9 a.m. and then go to
Yeah.
bed, or they wake up at 2 p.m.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but something about that late night time slot, at least for programming, I don't know about developing in general. For me, I find that I'm most productive at these really weird late hours. I don't know why that is, but when there's nothing else going on in the world and just me at a keyboard and my thoughts, I'm able to see code really clearly. I don't know why that is. I've tried to break that habit, especially now that I'm in school.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not working considering I just went to bed very late. But I found that over the summer, I had this permanently rotating schedule. Like I would stay up until midnight, and then the next night I'd stay up till 1, and then I'd stay up till 2. And it's like I'd add an hour to my day, and it would just rotate over a couple of weeks. So I'd go from being nocturnal to just up at normal hours. Normally I wouldn't do that, but I mean, I was quarantined for weeks at a time. So
Yeah.
there's just really no reason to not do it.
Dude,
Yeah.
Gavin, where are you?
What? Oh, I'm joining.
Bruh. Dude, my character's ugly. Why am I so tall and skinny in this? Well, I guess so. Since now we're in my restaurant. Wait, did David leave?
No, I'm still here. I am trying to give you cash so you can buy stuff.
Oh, you're gonna spawn it in?
Yeah, I'm just going to give you a bunch of cash.
Oh, dude, I thought my character was ugly. Jeez, what's going on with you? I'm trying to.
I give you a bunch of cash so you can. Oh, I got you.
$10 billion.
Go wild.
What can I buy? I can buy a floor, another
You can buy
floor.
Floors. When you
Another
buy more
floor.
floors, you get more customers. You can buy furniture. There's certain types of furniture that gets you better customers.
I bought
and
every floor. I'm gonna
You can
buy-
also go to the global market and buy stuff from other players.
While I'm figuring out what I'm trying to do here, could you, David, explain what this game is to someone who's never heard of it, and also talk a little bit about what your part is in this game?
My restaurant is basically a game where you start with 2 tables and a couple chairs, And the way it works is customers come into your store, they order food. Basically, you need to cook their food for them, serve it to them, they pay you, and then they exit. That's kind of the core loop. And it has both tycoon and simulator vibes. It's a simulator in that you can upgrade all of your appliances, so you can buy better stoves to cook food faster. You can get better dishwashers to do the dishes faster, which then allows you to get more customers. You can buy more tables and chairs to get more floor space and seating for customers. And then also you can hire waiters and cooks, and they will do everything automatically for you. So once you hire a waiter and a cook, you can theoretically just take your hands off and the game will run itself.
Yeah, I'm struggling right now. I hired a few more, so that should be. I don't know who
Yeah.
I hired actually. I hired Sam, Stan, and Josh. Okay. Just as like big games, what is the challenge you guys have faced? Whether it's like team management, and just like you guys got to fight or something. What's a big challenge you guys have faced?
So, I mean, for me personally, we've had a lot of like, working with your friends, and I've lived with Preston before just for a little bit, and kind of just like living with your, coworkers and being friends with them can sometimes, become exhausting, and you got to like worry about that while also worrying about game development. So that's kind of like a big challenge, maintaining like a normal relationship with your coworkers is a pretty big challenge for me, at least.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've known Preston since 2014, and we were great friends. And then suddenly I was working for him. We've never had any serious problems at all, I don't think, but it was an interesting dynamic going from being friends to working for your friend. So that's been interesting. I think it's been a lot of fun actually. But we all lived together for a little bit. In the early days of my restaurant, Big Paintball was already up, but while my restaurant was in production, we lived together for a little bit. It was a lot of fun. Like us in a room working on games together. That was I wouldn't call it a challenge. I think it's just interesting working with going from just being friends to actually having a product that you need to manage and release to thousands of people.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure everything's perfect. It's an interesting dynamic.
Dude, well, while I'm recording, do you guys have anything you want to mention or say before I shut everything down?
I do. I just want to give a big shout out to the Big Game staff for managing our community and all the great things they do for us. They really help out, like letting us know like exploits and stuff, and taking care of the Discord and stuff like that. So I really appreciate them and what they do.
Yeah, I want to second that. Our Discord is really cool to watch all these people talking about our games and, talking about Big Paintball in my restaurant. It's only possible because of the staff. Also, pretty much every exploit that we've patched has been because a moderator or an admin pinged us and they send us the code and all the information and videos. So they're seriously great, and they help improve the quality of the games 100%.